Today I authorized 2 operations in Iraq: targeted airstrikes to protect our American personnel, and a humanitarian effort to help save thousands of Iraqi civilians who are trapped on a mountain without food and water and facing almost certain death.
There is this humanitarian crisis which has blown up. It comes on the back of the sort of headlong advance of ISIS, the Islamic State, this sort of new jihadistan which has appeared over the past 12 to 18 months in Syria first and now in Iraq. I think the treatment which has been meted out to Christian minorities and others in northern Iraq, and now the effective hounding into the mountains of defenseless people, has created a sense of revulsion in the West, to which the Americans are responding.
In the last days, they have overrun more Christian areas and emptied them, and the historic sanctuary of this small, esoteric and very ancient sect called the Yazidis. Now, both these minorities, Yazidis and Christians, are in danger of literal extermination unless somebody comes to their help quickly. A great many of them have gone into Kurdistan, the self-governing regional area of northern Iraq, but the Kurds, with their cohesive Peshmerga forces, are also in danger of being overrun.
American combat troops will not be returning to fight in Iraq.
America has taken the view under President Obama, that it will play a less interventionist role in the region. Clearly, in Libya, America was involved but stood back from direct military operations. And in Syria, a year ago, we saw the decision as a result of really a kind of political revolt in Washington not to press ahead with military operations there, even though in using poison gas, the Assad regime had crossed a very clear red line.
When the US and some of its allies were on the point of striking the Assad regime's forces in Syria after they used nerve gas against their own people, and then backed off. I mean, that was one of the things which definitely gave a leg up to this particular jihadi outfit, which thereafter went from strength to strength.
The administration has felt very hamstrung in its ability to effectively take a leading role in this part of the world. And this very clear humanitarian crisis which has blown up, and frankly the kind of pretty terrible conduct of ISIS since it emerged, has given him a pretext which he can use to actually take a more forward role in the region. The idea that Iraq could now basically effectively be overrun and the government in Baghdad collapse and the country fragment potentially into warring statelets is something which is strongly in not only America's but the West's interest to try and avert.
To lose Iraq and see it replaced with a new Afghanistan in the heart of the Middle East with a corridor to the Eastern Mediterranean would be a strategic catastrophe, a disaster of very, very high magnitude, as well as everything that would happen on a humanitarian catastrophe basis as it unfolded.